Good afternoon, traders. How we doing out there? Are you guys ready to dive into another stock market movers where we give you all the headlines and of course get to the experts that you guys want to hear from? I'm excited to get into today's show. Let's get into today's topics. We got the meme stocks ripping higher again. Will natural gas hit new highs for the year? Canceled student debt, Walmart, Home Depot, Zoom dropping, American Airlines with boom, boom, and Amazon raising rates. We'll get into this. And of course, today we'll do a little bit different. I want to go into a little bit more ticker time at the end. There's a lot going on out there. I know you guys probably have stocks that are on your radar. Let's chat about them in the chat. Let me know what stock's on your mind, why are you watching it, or maybe some reason that caught your attention, some big mover. Was it triple BY? We'll get into it here. Welcome to Stock Market Movers. I'm your host, Money Mitch, and let's dive into today's show. There are 3 ways to make a living in this business. Be first, be smarter, or cheat. I can't help you cheat, but I can give you the informational edge to help you succeed in the markets. Welcome to Stock Market Movers. All the market moving headlines and expert opinions every day. They say money is the oxygen of capitalism, and I want to breathe more than any man alive. All right, traders on out there, what's going on? It looks like we have a couple of traders still missing out. Let me see, is Benzinga Live still on? I think that might be what's going on here. Let me just check in here. It looks like they're still going on. Yeah, that's what's going on here. I'm trying to wait for the viewers here to get here so I don't get too far off. Let me just check in here what's going on and why they haven't shut down there. All right, looks like AB's going off the rails there. I don't know what he's talking about, but I'm going to go ahead and jump into today's show. Oh, man. All right, well, I'm going to keep going into today's show. It looks like it was my fault, probably. I told AB that I might be taking off today, but I did jump into today's show. Let's jump into it. I don't want to get too far away from the topics. Let's get into it here. He's ending up right now. He's in my ear here, wrapping up. But no worries. We'll get everybody into here. Let's take a look at the overall market, see what we're seeing in the markets right now. The Q's bouncing a little bit. Will they continue to bounce? Will they get back towards that 333? The SPY also made a move into the 430s. Will we get back into the 430s? I think everybody's watching to see what happens in the market now. We've been really pushing on up here, got up there towards the 430s. One thing that is starting to show though now, and this is what I've been watching to see what happens, is of course are we going to get the turnaround here? The RSI is starting to come down a little bit. We were at 86.38 yesterday. Today we're actually down there towards 83.70s. I'm going to keep watch on this to see if it spikes up or not up there past 86 again. But for right now, it is showing a little bit of slowdown here at the top. We're going to keep watch. Do we get maybe a hangman candle here? Something like that. That's what I'm going to be looking for. Now we're trying to make that next step up there in the 430s. I say keep watching on the Qs. The Qs are lagging a little bit here. We'll see what happens with the Qs. Do we get another push on up here, or does technology just give up some of these gains? All right, let's go ahead. Let's keep going into it. I know that a lot of people probably missed the intro. I wanted you guys to catch the new intro. I wanted some feedback, but I'll just have to play that at the end there, or if not, catch tomorrow's show, and I'll definitely play the intro for you guys that just joined in. It's really cool, but I already played it, so I don't want to play it again. Let's get into what else is out there. Let's go towards these topics today. First thing up, of course, is the meme stocks catching another rip. Let's talk a little bit about these stocks. They're catching some big lift here. Let me go into this one here so that I can get myself to the left-hand side here. You're seeing the Qs trying to push up there. Let's go towards those meme stocks. Triple BY, where are we at now? Let's take a look here. Let me bring down the money flow here. Bring the RSI down also. Volume down here a little bit so that we can really watch this price action. We were watching Triple BY, and we could see how it was really holding the 9 EMA, and you can see it here. Now it's starting to reject that 9 EMA, so definitely showing a little bit of topping out here up towards the $26. But what a move it's been for Triple BY. Got all the way up to about 80% today. And you guys remember, we were looking at this stock when we traded this one through the $10.80 spot while we were trading it up there towards 14. I sold out a little bit early, but man, what a move in Triple BY. It's continued to run. Now is the question, has it turned back around? That's what we're going to keep watch for it. One area that you guys could have been probably looking for, of course, is kind of that VWAP bounce trade right out the gates, getting on up, coming back to VWAP, and then holding that push on up. Hasn't been a bad move there in Triple BY. And why did they move, right? Well, a lot of this was based on the Wall Street's bets jumping on, of course, the catalyst that was a filing on Monday showing Ryan Cohen, of course, AMC's CEO, stepping up and buying distant out of the money call options on more than a 1.6 million for Bed Bath & Beyond shares. The strike price for Bed Bath & Beyond was set there towards $60 and $80. That would be a massive spike, more massive than it was in 2021 when it spiked up higher than $50 here. So it's a little bit wild, those out of the money calls. And you can see how today, definitely the Wall Street bets and meme stocks got ripping again. Let's take a look at GME. GME did catch a bid there for a second. Has been going sideways now, but look at that run that you got there up there towards 45. Also saw AMC getting some lift there. I played it for a quick trade when it started popping there, and now it's just kind of stair-stepping up. We'll see if AMC gets moving towards the end of the day. If Triple B is going to take that next leg up, I'll be watching to see if AMC also gets started around the $25 price point. It's going to be fun to watch these. Did anybody get a trade on into these? Let me know in the chat. Looks like Kitty found that intro, was able to check it on out. Hey, well, I'll play it next time or near the end of the show so you guys can check that out. I think it's important to kind of keep making steps on up in their show, and that's what I want to do. Let me know if you guys were trading any of these meme stocks or caught some of this meme attention as you've been seeing these really rip. We'll see what happens to these. When do they turn around? And will they turn around the market? Really? I mean, when AMC was coming down fast, that's when also the Qs were coming down fast. That's when the SPY was looking weak. And then when these started boosting back, a lot of that was near the time where you saw these meme stocks really catching lift here. If you look around 11, you'll see that right there, that's when we started really pushing on Triple BY. And a little bit later at 11:30, we definitely got some lift. So I'm wondering if these stocks, when they get the rug pull, will that be when the market gets its rug pull? All right, let's get out of Triple BY. Let's keep going to the next topics. We're going to talk about, will natural gas hit new highs for the year? So you guys know I've been talking about natural gas for a certain while now, as I've been watching stocks like UNG and Boyle pull on back here. Let's take a look at the daily. This is what I've been talking about, and we've been looking at this since this decline. Even when we were down here towards the 20, we were looking for a push back here towards the 32. We got that drive on up. It pulled back. Now taking that next lift here. I remember I got stopped out in a trade right here on this day, and oh man, it's a little frustrating. That was last week, Tuesday on the 9th, and It would have been a really nice swing trade up here towards the 31.92s. It's about 12% up. We'll see if it takes that next leg on up. One that you can also be watching is Boyle, right? Boyle's been trying to make its way back there towards those highs. Will we get those new highs? I think we eventually get them into winter. That's when I've been talking about that you will start seeing natural gas talk really take off. So if you look at it, we're right now in August. As August ends and you get into September, there's going to start being the fall talk. That's when I think you'll start seeing more and more mentions of course, natural gas. And as we get into closer and closer to October, that's when I expect more and more of a boom out. We'll see if we get that in natural gas, and will they hit new highs for the year? All right, let's continue going. Let's get into the next topic. Let me know if you guys like some natural gas stocks. Looks like Bug got into Triple BY and was able to nail it. Not a bad trade there if you were able to nail Triple BY, especially from the price point that you put down there at 463. Man, not a bad way to make up for some losses. Bug with a killer trade there. All right, let's go to the next topic here. The next topic is going to be canceled student debt. What happened here? Well, it looks like the U.S. Department of Education announced Tuesday that they would cancel student loans for 208,000 borrowers who attended what? ITT Tech. I know that you guys saw those commercials growing up. I know I saw the commercials growing up, and it looks like ITT Technical Institute is getting hit here. Of course, this got hit because of kind of going after these federal loans and promising jobs that really weren't getting done here in the results, pretty much falsifying their jobs that were coming out of these degrees. But of course, one thing to mention is how this is going to affect different stocks. I don't think this affected stocks too much today, but I did start seeing a lift in stocks like SoFi. And so SoFi is one that I'm going to put on your radar here, not because I think that it's going to get some big push because of this headline, but it could on the next. What's the next headline that you should watch out for? Well, President Joe Biden has promised to make a decision on how to act, if at all, by the end of the month for all student debt. What's going to happen here? Will they go ahead and cancel those student debt? That's something that remains to be seen, but it's something that we can all keep our eyes open to. Anything to the positive here, I think, of cutting some of those deals. And you could see SoFi get that nice little push. I think it's setting up nice here on the daily to keep this one on watch. A move back above 8 could really start pushing SoFi back on up there towards the 10s. So it's one that I will keep on radar. And of course, it's all going to be based on what happens with Biden and making his decision to act or not. All right, let's get out of that. Let me know if you guys are watching some of these kind of student loan trades. I will keep this on watch. I remember what one that I used to watch, was it SMY? I'm going to leave it alone for right now. There's one that I wanted to bring up, but I forgot the ticker right now. Let me just keep going through it. Let's take a look at some other trades out there. SoFi would be definitely one that I'd keep on my radar. Let's take a look at the housing starts, and it looks like we got a quick decline here. So I'm going to go to the ITB. I've been watching the ITB construction index to see what happens in housing, and man, has it held a trend. When the trend doesn't want to break, it doesn't want to break, and right now it doesn't. It's pushing up there at 63.26, even though housing starts went down to 1.446 million in July, a slide of 9.6% from June. I think this is something to keep on watch. What happens in the U.S. home construction? Is this ever going to turn around? Or are we just going to get a soft landing? And we've been missing out on a big push up here by the U.S. home construction stocks. Well, take a look at Lennar. Take a look at this line that I drew. And I drew this line back here. You know, it was on updated on the 26th of July. And look, it still hasn't broken it. Let's just be right here. You've gotten some cut down below, but it really hasn't broken that. And now I'm going to watch to see if it can take that next leg to 90. This has just been slowly getting on up. You can watch Toll Brothers also. It's just trying to push on up here. We'll see if it gets that next level on up, like Toll Brothers getting through 50 towards the upside move. These are just some that I'm going to keep on watch, but definitely ITB holding up well today. The U.S. Home Construction Index. This is an ETF, something that I will keep on watch to see what happens in housing starts. All right, let's keep going. Let's go towards the next one. I suck at swing day trading all day. Hey, don't worry. This market is tough, especially the way that it's been trading lately. This is something that you're going to have to learn. Not every market environment you're going to trade the same. And also, one of the things is this is not just a 1 day, 1 week, 1 even year type of skill. This is something that takes years to develop and get towards the top of your game. So it's okay to struggle now. I will say that as a trader that has struggled in the past, just keep battling through and building skills. That's what you want to be looking at. All right, let's keep going towards the next stock up here. And what are we going to take a look at? Well, let's go to a stock that got hit hard. And this is going to be on, of course, Zoom dropping a Kathy favorite, ARK favorite. And that's why I've been watching ARK to see what happens. Let's go take a look at ARK today. You can see it's down today. It was leaking right out the gates. Now it's trying to find some bounce here. We'll see if it flushes right back down here. But let's take a look at Zoom. As Zoom getting on down here and finding a little bit of bounce here, you can see it was really weak here after it started dropping off of the city downgrade from downgrading the stock to sell from neutral. And this is just goes to show me that, you know, Zoom really doesn't have much kind of competitive advantage. I think this has gotten to the point where if this really does break down and goes towards the 100, you're probably going to see Zoom just completely just start breaking down. And it has a huge support right here. But if it cracks this, I think it easily can get back down towards 70 and maybe eventually being a $50 stock. We'll see if it catches the dip here after the downgrade from Citigroup. All right, what's going on out there? Triple BY being mentioned in the chat. If you guys got a ticker that you guys traded today or something that caught your eyes, throw it up in the chat. All right, let's go ahead. What we're going to do is we're going to play our first trailer of the day. We don't have our expert opinions today, but one thing that we'll continue doing is taking stocks from you guys in the chat. So stick around for the ticker time at the end. I'm going to go into ticker time around 1:45 and leave about 15 minutes for you guys out there to give me some tickers. Let's go ahead. Let's get into a Benzinga Pro trailer, and then we'll keep on going here with the headlines.
Introducing portfolio synchronization with your brokerage. Now you can securely connect your brokerage account to Benzinga Pro, opening a world of personalization. Screen lightning fast news just for the stocks you own. Set alerts for news catalysts that affect only the companies you care about. It's all possible with a simple click and a secure protected connection. Overcome uncertainty and connect your portfolio to Benzinga Pro today.
All right, let's continue going here on Stock Market Movers. You guys know it. Hit the thumbs on up if you guys are enjoying today's show. Let's keep it going. Now we'll get into what was hot and what was not. Let's take a look at what's moving out there, what is getting some lift, and where the sectors are trading. This is where we do sector industry analysis. So let's get into it. Consumer cyclical is leading us up here from the open. Nice push on up as this continues to take some lift here. Auto truck dealerships getting the lift today. Looks like PAG, Penske Automotive, getting some nice push on up. CarMax getting that nice lift today. You got AutoNation getting a big push up 9% on AutoNation. This one getting a nice lift today. So keep these on watch. Definitely hot lately and something that I'd keep on my radar. Even cars.com getting some lift here. So let's see Carvana. Carvana getting some squeeze on up there through the 55. It's something to keep on watch. These have been strong. This has made over 100% move lately and continuing to push right now. All right, in the consumer cyclical, you also got home improvement stores, Home Depot getting some big push. We'll talk about Home Depot a little bit with their earnings coming on up, but definitely pushing also Lowe's that has earnings tomorrow. So it's good to see that one taking some big leaps right into their earnings. You have some other ones making some nice push on up. Keep these ones on your radar. Even LL getting some lift today. We'll see what happens with these home improvement stores. Department store is getting some lift right now. Macy's getting a nice push up today, 7% day. Kohl's with a 10.25% day as worries of Walmart come towards an end. And look at this shadow fill. Another shadow filling here. So many stocks filling the shadows towards the upside. Kohl's one of them. Even though it got knocked down there, it's all the way back up. So we got to keep catching some of these shadow fills. Let's go towards the defensives doing well today. Discount stores, of course, led by Walmart's earnings. Walmart now pushing up into the new gap zone that we're watching here. We talked about this yesterday. Would it get into that gap zone with some good earnings? There you guys see it already there. Where's the topping out? The topping out is around that, and I'll put a low there towards 146.46. And so it could get all the way up there. Is it going to get up there today? I don't think so, but it definitely is closing up some of this. And one thing to note, 200 SMA right there, starting to get in the bullish tune there for Walmart. Costco having a good day. Target boosting up on these kind of results. And you guys can see Target trying to fill this huge gap here. Huge gap. Will it fill it all the way up there? I'm not sure, but one thing I will is keep watch on this. DG taking that next leg up, trying to break out through the highs. BJ trying to catch the bid there. We'll keep watch on these stocks. Ollie definitely caught that pullback here. Now has been making its way back up. These are definitely some that I would keep on my radar. Even BIG getting some nice lift today. So we'll see what happens in the defensives. Grocery stores were one that I really liked was KR. Setting up after this big pullback here, gave you that wick, came back here, now pushing up through the 48s. That's where I'd be looking for pullbacks, but this pushed up right out of that, then came right back below it, giving you a nice attempt here for that 15-minute low support there, catching it and riding it back up there towards the 49. This is one that Warren Buffett has, and this is something that I would keep watch. Kroger, not a bad move there, up to 49.14 today, up about 3.41%. Also, Sprouts is another one that I would keep watch in the grocery store area. We talked about yesterday some soda stocks, of course, like Coke getting some lift. And it looks to me that one thing that I've been focusing is this slowly but surely going from a growth trade back to a value trade. What would we have to do that? Just keep your eyes on some value names to see if they start getting some lift and if the growth trades start falling off the table. So one of the stocks that I was watching is, of course, Procter & Gamble. You guys can watch here and take a look here. Look at the daily chart and how this is trying to reverse from that breakdown look and trying to get back up there towards the 160s and get up through the highs. Now, one that is up at the highs is CL. This is one that I'm going to call out. Nice value play trying to push here as it came back, held the pullback, now trying to get through the highs here. This weekly high here from July 1st, 82.02. That's the level to watch for some pullbacks around 82. You could see it broke out today. We'll see if it can continue to run. This is Colgate Palmolive. And so keep this one on watch. Colgate, this one looks great. I love the weekly chart on this. Monthly chart even better as it's trying to break out and get towards the 85s. We'll see what happens in the value to growth trade. All right, well, that was what's hot. Also, you got financial services continuing to lift. Bank of America pulling on back here, but taking that next step up. We've been watching it since it was breaking out in this range, the 34s. And financials have really just started taking the big push. Why are they pushing? The question I think a lot of investors will have. Well, a lot of this has the outlook is, are we going to have that soft landing? If we are going to have that soft landing, then the increase of interest rates should help the banks create more earnings and the taking away of the recession talk is what that's going to do is take away a lot of the delinquencies, concerns, and the recession for these banks. So that's why I think you're seeing the turnaround there. Will it continue? I'm not sure. A little part of me still thinks that we get into a recession, but I can't go off of that. The only thing I can go off of is that the banks are definitely showing that recession's not coming as they keep pushing back up. JPM getting some nice lift. Let's take a look at Goldman Sachs. Look to see if that can continue running. Square pulling on back here also. We'll see what happens to these software names. Some of these have been pulling back already. A name like Asana, I'm keeping a close eye on. Roblox, Snow, what happens to these names? Will they start coming back down? A lot of this, keep your eyes on ARKK to see if some of these growth trades turn back around. All right, what's going on out there, team? How we doing? Looks like some people looking at NU, some people talking about CLAR. Fubo going to gap fill to 20. Oof, that's a big push, but I won't be mad at you. I like Fubo. BBIG, not the biggest fan of the stock, but I know it likes to pump there. It just got that pump from 75 cents up above $1. We'll see if it gets that next leg. I always look for these to pull back towards that $1. It isn't. It's holding up here. And now creating the rule of three, guys. If you guys know, I talk about the rule of three from time to time. That's a push up, one down. 2 up, 2 down, 3 up, 3 down. Now it's trying to hold support here. Let's see if this holds the support and you continue the higher low, and then break through here on the, let's say the 35s, 36, take that leg up towards the 150s. Rule of three in now, it should hold support. Let's see if it takes that up towards that next level. Not a bad trade there. BBIG trying to set up. Not my type of stock. Not in it. Full disclosure. But we'll see what happens in these. All right, let's get out of BBIG talk. Let's go into Walmart talk here. As Walmart has had a great day. Still pushing here. Up there towards 140. Yesterday, it was trading around the 133s. Big day for Walmart. Let's get out of what was hot and what was not. And let's talk a little bit about these Walmart numbers. All right, so Walmart coming in here at an EPS of $1.77, down from $1.78 a year over year. Sales at $152.9 billion, beating the $150.75 billion estimate. They maintained their guidance for the back half of full year 23 and said inflation pinch shoppers were buying less high margin goods like the discretionary merchandise, like apparel, and they spent more on what? On necessities, right? And what also showed up that was interesting for me was Walmart's membership-based warehouse club, Sam's Club memberships hit an all-time high. I think this is interesting to note and keep on watch for stocks like BJ and Costco. Do those kick it out the water? And can they get that next lift? You saw Costco getting some lift today. I'm going to be watching to see what happens in BJ. Walmart also reaching an exclusive deal with Paramount Plus to offer the streaming service as part of their Walmart Plus offering. Walmart Plus subscribers will now get an ad-supported Paramount subscription included there. So keep that on your watch as Walmart's getting that lift. Para is the stock that you could see getting that lift with that. And you guys can see it pushed off there. It didn't make a bad move. We'll see if this can continue to push off. Daily has a lot of lows in the 25s. I'll bring this stock up in just a few seconds because I think this is definitely interesting to bring on up once we get through these earnings stocks with Warren Buffett. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get into different stocks here. Let's go to Home Depot. Home Depot is definitely one that was on a lot of people's radars. Earnings just pushing back through that 320. Not looking too bad here. Q2 EPS coming in at $5.05, beating the $4.95 estimate. Sales at $43.8 billion, beating the $43.4 billion estimate. Home Depot did reaffirm full year 2022 sales growth and comparable sales growth guidance of approximately 3%. We'll see what happens with Home Depot. It definitely got the lift today. It hasn't really turned around pretty much anything. So big day there for Home Depot. As you can see, it also affected Lowe as that continues to push. We'll keep watch on these home improvement stores, but you guys saw it when in the what it was hot and what was not. This was definitely an industry that got hot a lot off of that Home Depot report. All right, getting out of that Home Depot report, we'll take a look, of course, and keep following along with the earnings that are coming on up. Let's take a quick dive here. As you guys see the earnings calendar right here on your chart, what is going to be tonight? Well, tonight I'll take a look at SPI, Quick Logic, PaveMed, but really tomorrow before the open, look at those names: Target, TJX, Krispy Kreme Donuts, Lowe's, all on my radar. We'll keep watch to see what happens with these. Lowe could probably already have made the move. Did this run kind of set the bar too high for Lowe going into the earnings report? Cisco also reporting Wednesday after the bell, and then you'll get into Thursday with Kohl's, BJ, Esther Lauder. You got to keep watch. Canadian Solar. We'll see what happens. There's a lot of these on the chart, and even after the close on Thursday, you get Applied Materials, another one that you guys can keep on watch. A lot of earnings still left for the week. All right, chat, how we doing out there? Definitely smash the like, click the mouse, click the likes on up. Appreciate you guys supporting me as we support you guys out there. All right, let's go towards some next stock up. Look at Party taking off. Well, let's take a look there. Yeah, Party City. This could be that October trade also. I like looking at Party City around October as you get, of course, the Halloween boom. That's when Party City sells majority of their inventory. Now it looks like this wants to do a shadow fill back up there towards the $3. Not a bad attempt there if it could fill that shadow. Good move today, getting on up there. I'll be looking for pullbacks on this one. But a big move there in Party City. One of the biggest gainers today. Not a bad one to watch there. I mean, what are we up now? We're up 33%. Whew, big stock there, making some big push. Party City, Party City. We'll have to keep watch as we get closer towards October. If this was the run into, of course, we'll call it the costume trade. All right, let's get out of Party City. Let's go towards the 13 Fs as we get into Warren Buffett. Let's talk about what he added in Q2. I think it's something that we were all looking to see. Did he add to certain names? Did he sell certain names? That's what we were really watching. Let's get into some of these. He did increase some stakes, so let's take a look. So first one up is Ally. Ally, of course, and I would put Ally. Ally definitely got some lift here in the pre-market because of the 13 Fs getting put out. Warren Buffett increasing the stake in Ally from 801,000 shares to 30 million shares. It's a big push there for Ally, and one that I will keep on watch. They do have a decent sized dividend that I would kind of go after. Not a bad stock to kind of take a look at. Of course, with the dividend and the outlook that Warren's jumping in here, I might even grab some of this myself. I don't have it right now, but I'll be looking for some pullbacks, maybe closer towards the 35s that I can risk off that 32 area. Another one, of course, Oxy. We've been watching Warren load up on Oxy. That has all been in the 57s. We'll see if that can continue making some leaps on up. But Para definitely falling in this also, taking his shot there. I think this is one to try to call the low here, and a lot of support at around the 24s. Now up there towards 27.46. We'll look to see if this can continue making moves. And a lot of this also coming with some positive news catalysts like Walmart. Walmart stepped up to the plate. Combined news with this, of course, Warren release, really giving that Paramount Global a nice lift. Something that I'll keep on watch is some pullbacks towards 27. But for right now, it looks like it wants to keep pushing on up and get off this low here where we got off to 24. Now we're up there towards 28. Small gap to fill if it can get on up there towards 28.01. We'll see if it gets up there. All right, keep on going. What are some other ones that he was adding to or some that we should watch? McKesson's another one. MCK, as he got into a medical distribution stock. Look how this stock has been running and continuing to run. Not a bad name to kind of have on the portfolio, as this has run about 50% in the last year. We'll see if this can pull back, but this has just been a steady grind up and does not look bad there in McKesson. All right, traders, what else are you guys taking a look at out there? We're almost towards the kind of the end half of the show. Put a likes on up if you guys are enjoying today's show. We got over 284 traders. Going to keep going here. Up next, topics to keep going. Now let's go ahead. Let's get into, I want to talk about American Airlines. Now, let's take a look at what news came out in American Airlines and why I'm watching it. Take a look at the daily. This is slowly just leaking back, trying to get towards that 200-day moving average as American Airlines tries to catch support around the 13s. American Airlines news coming out here that they agreed to buy 20 supersonic planes from Boom Boom. Says that the Overture jet will fly as fast as Mach 1.7 or 1,304 miles per hour. And this would, of course, dramatically cut transatlantic and trans-Pacific flight time. Just think about this, guys. Let me know in the chat. Put a 1 if you're excited about this. Put a 2 if you're like, nah, get this out of here. Put a 1 if you're excited or could imagine flying from Miami to London in less than 5 hours. That would be definitely an interesting experience for me. I know that flying to Europe sometimes, we even have to go ahead and put a full day into recovery because a lot of the times you're flying, you get that jet lag feeling, the time changes. So it's going to be better when we can definitely fly in a faster pace to Europe. This is something to keep watch. Of course, they can add to the order and add, let's say, 10 more planes, but something to keep watch of course, the next move in airlines. And this one was given some lift here today. American Airlines pushing up there from those 1110s, now trying to hold up there to the 1560s. So let's see with the chat. What do you guys think? You guys trying to fly faster? Who's going boom, boom? All right, looks like JD is like, yeah, I'm down for that. Quicker flights, we can use that. All right, we'll take a look at those. TJ said 2, not into flying. Well, hey, to each his own. I know I definitely want to go ahead and get faster and faster to where I'm going. And I hate long flights. That's the reason why I don't take even further travels. So a faster plane that can cut the time in half, sign me up for it. I won't be too mad. American Airlines. All right, let's get out of that headline. Let's keep going. We got one more headline to run through, and then we'll start going to stocks from the chat. So if you guys are excited about getting into stocks from the chat, or maybe you got a ticker that you want to talk about, well, throw it up in the chat. Hit the thumbs on up, and let's keep going. All right, let's go towards the next one here where we're going to talk about Amazon raising its fulfillment fees. Let's take a look at how Amazon's trading today. All right, Amazon getting some lift here. Let's talk about that. Nice push on up there towards the 146. Will this continue to run? This has been a nice move here. Now we're getting some headlines coming on in that they're raising their fulfillment fees during the holiday shopping period as the company wants to compete with rising costs. From October 15th to January 14th, third-party sellers who use fulfillment by Amazon will have to pay 35 cents per item sold in the US or Canada. This is definitely going to be a deterrent for sellers on Amazon. I don't know how this is really going to affect their sales, but it's the first time Amazon has hiked seller fees for the holiday. So it's something to keep on watch. Will they pass it to the consumer? What happens from there? As you're seeing Amazon trying to get through that 200-day moving average, and take that next leg up. Let's see what happened in the overall market. Did we get back through that 430? Yes, we did. We took to a new high here, as it just looks like the SPY doesn't want to turn around here just yet. Q's holding us up here. Let's take a look at the Q's. Q's up there towards 333, 33s. That's kind of a mouthful right there. 5 threes in a row, but we'll see if it can continue making runs. And it looks like the market just not wanting to turn around right now. And so, hey, can't fight the tape right now. It just looks like the rally just doesn't want to go away. Every time we're coming on down, even just the smallest amount, what is happening? You're seeing the run right back up towards the highs and even new highs on today's market. So really interesting price action that we've gotten lately. Will it turn around? What will happen from there? It looks like we're continuing that rise, and it's been a crazy move here in the SPY. I'm almost blown away that we're going to close today green. If we close today green, that would definitely surprise me. We'll see what happens out there. It could be that a lot of people are looking for the turnaround right at these levels, and we're giving one more hoorah. We'll see what happens in the SPY. Overall market still consumer cyclical leading us up, defensive leading us, financial services. This is what confuses me a little bit, as technology is only up 0.7, yet the Qs are holding on. This is what's interesting to me there. What is holding up the Qs? Well, it looks like Amazon's holding it up, Costco having a decent day, but there's not much. I mean, Apple's still slightly into the red, Microsoft's slightly into the red, Tesla is into the red, Google's into the red. So I'm a little confused on what's holding up this market. All right, time for the ticker time. So you guys out there, press that thumbs on up and throw a ticker in the chat. I'll go ahead and start rolling through some of these. All right, let's see what we got here. Ride being brought up. Let's take a look at Ride. Ride trying to push towards that $3 outlook. Let's take a look at the daily. Daily also looks like it's trying to get back up there. It's through the 290s, start pushing towards the $3. It's not a bad one to keep on watch. A lot of volume coming in here on that recent rally, and it's holding the pullback. This is one to keep on watch to see if it can get above 3. That's really the level that it can really start getting that drive. I'll see what happens. Will we get a drive in Ride? All right, let's keep going. Let's go towards the next ticker. Throw it on up in the chat if you guys got one. Looks like HTZ. I don't mind covering a little bit of Hertz. Let's take a look here. Hertz is trying to make that next leg up through 22s. Up 1, down 1, up 2, down 2, up 3, down 3, holding that support. Really needs to kind of hold right now towards that 21.14 if it's going to take that next step up through the 22s, getting on up there to, I would say, the 24s on that next step up on Hertz. All right, see some other stocks in the chat. Keep throwing them on up. We'll take a look there. All right, CCL getting some lift here. We'll keep watch on Carnival. One thing that I can tell you is that there's definitely some bottoming around the 870s. Now you're trying to come into it and take out this high here. It doesn't look bad. That's 1110. Now can we just start pushing back? These are ones that I actually say, is the worst in there for Carnival? It could very much have been. The worst could have already been in on Carnival, and now we're catching this chance. And maybe we can go off that $10. Doesn't look too bad there, Carnival. Let's take a look at NCLH. I know this one had a offering and he got hit hard. Now it's coming on back there. Royal Caribbean coming on back too. Something to keep on watch. Not a bad stock. The mentality is that they've hit the bottom. We'll see what happens there. All right, what other stocks are being mentioned in the chat? TTWO way up. Let's take a look. Take Two. Yeah, nice day for Take Two. Getting a big push on up. So it looks like gaming getting some big push. Let's look at EA. EA also ripping on up there. It looks like this is a gaming kind of play here that you're getting this squeeze on up. Keep these on your watch as they're getting quick push up, and we'll see if they can continue with some of these gains. Definitely big day there. EA, big push. TTWO. How's that ATVI? Even ATVI getting some lift. We'll keep watch. Was that news on ATVI? It could have been. I don't know. All right, let's go to some other stocks that are mentioned in the chat. First up, Hood is one that I see. Let's go towards that. Hood just got a spike recently towards 1150. This is not a bad one to keep on watch. Daily candles going sideways, now trying to get back through that 11. It's trying to call a bottom here. We'll see if it can get on up there through the 12s. But has not been a bad stock to keep an eye out on. All right, CWH. Let's take a look at that one. CWH is Camping World Holdings. Even that's getting some lift today. That is interesting, seeing that just run on up. And it just shows to me more and more squeezing out the shorts, squeezing them out so that eventually when they pull the rugs, there's no shorts there to squeeze. So it's something that I would keep on watch. A lot of these probably will eventually drop off, but how fast and when is the question. All right, I'm going to take a quick break and we'll continue here going through some ticker times. So keep throwing up those stocks in the chat. We're going to keep going and check out Benzinga Pro. All you got to do is go to pro.benzinga.com if you want to stay up with the headlines.
When you want to maximize your performance in the market, you need access to the highest quality tools and news available. Benzinga Pro stands out from all of the options you'll be presented with, and their instant access to market-moving news positions you to be prepared to take on the market in the best ways possible. Here's how it works. Benzinga Pro's news desk creates original news content that's available on your main news feed and gives you actionable information about companies you may want to invest in. This news desk information gives you the chance to beat the market, receive impactful news as it breaks, and jump on trending stocks before and as they rise. And beyond that, Benzinga Pro is packed with helpful features and unique insights that give you the best information possible. There's tools like the Live Audio Squawk, which streams every day with important news and timely updates, and the real-time news alerts that allow you to stay on top of every developing story you're keeping tabs on. Alerts and news will be sent straight to your inbox or delivered as live sound alerts. For those investors that want real-time, actionable, and breaking news about companies they may be looking to invest in, Benzinga Pro is the tool to use.
All right, traders, let's keep it going. Throw up those tickers. Let's get the energy right back up to the ceiling. Let's go ahead. Let's try to get some money on out there. I'm excited. Let's take a look. Dun, dun. Let's go. Let's go. Let's turn it up, team. Let's keep it going here in the stream. Let's see what else is moving on out there. What stocks are on my radar? Let's take a look here. Well, one stock that we did nail but wasn't able to hold on to was this DraftKings. What a move this has been from 1380s where I bought it. I sold it up there towards the 16, 17. Sold it at 1690s on the top share. That was about 23% gain there, 24% gain, but missed out on a bigger one. That went all the way up. It's up to 56% from that move. It's been a monster. Let's take a look at the meme stocks. What's going on with those? Did they start slowing down here? 5-minute chart has a nice trend line here that it's trying on triple BY. We'll see if it can get back up there. It just broke through it. Would want it to hold some pullbacks to 25.57, not going to 27 now. AMC, there it is. There's the AMC takeoff. That's what we were waiting for. We talked about this at the beginning of the show. Would we get the AMC takeoff? GME had taken off. Triple BY had taken off. And this could keep the market rallying. You know, this is why I think we're still definitely seeing this kind of action out there with some of the squeezes of the shorts. But AMC getting its motor going here. I remember I played this one from the 2440s up to the 2470s. Now it's getting up there through the 25. 25 was a good price point to watch. Now it's held the pullback on the 9 EMA. We'll see if it takes out the high on the dailies. Daily has a high up there to 27. It could start running here. We'll see what happens there as AMC gets its motors moving. Carnival Cruise, I already took a look at that. So if you want to take a look at that, just rewind. Already talked about Carnival Cruise Line. All right, BBIG, took profit. It could go 4 times. Hey, you saw it try to get on up there. I talked about the rule of 3, right? You wouldn't want to see the break of this 122. You got a wick right now through that. went to 120. Look to see if it recovers back above the trend line, getting up there towards the 135, 136, but it did make a nice little bounce there. Monster Beverage getting some lift. A lot of this is, to me, is the value trade, the sneaky trade that's going on right now underneath the tape for me is growth pulling off, value coming back. So Monster, Coca-Cola getting some lift, Pepsi getting some lift, PG getting some lift, Heinz Kraft, what's Heinz Kraft? That's KHC. KHC getting some lift. Colgate getting some lift. So the value trade coming back. All right, JD, you still got a little bit. We'll see what happens on that one. Hey, can't blame me for taking the shot on that. The big mover, Veryu, really continuing that lift. What a move this one's put in. And this was a nice daily candle here. It went sideways, gave us those levels, then came back, held the support, green line there at the 1126, bounced right back up there, held it off the pullback here too. Again, now really getting hot. This stock could continue to go. These are the movers that really, when it starts going, it just takes off and keeps going. Nice VWAP bounce today. Got up there towards 24s on the high, 23.99. It's been a big monster push. I'd call them defensive, not value. Why not, Jay? Why not call them value? Well, what's the difference between calling them value and defensives? So it's up to you. I mean, if you don't consider PG a value trade, I mean, I understand that, but to me, I still think it's a value trade. Too late for Veryu? Let's take a look. I think it's too late to trade it today. You could keep this one on watch for pullbacks and look for some pullbacks towards 2076, but it's already super extended from there. All right, what other stocks I mentioned in the chat? I see AMC. We already talked about that. We'll keep watch. Looks like Hood. We already talked about that. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look at some different stocks here. Let's take a look at Tesla. Tesla is an interesting stock to determine what goes on in this market. Will we get a new high today? Will we start pushing towards the 930s and the 940s, or will it end towards the 910 and just start falling off the tape? Let's take a look at the SPY as we continue there towards 4097. Can we get to the 431 today? What a big push there. It's continued that push there from that turnaround at the 1036. Definitely caught some bears there as you got the squeeze back up. And now, where do people take profits? That's the issue. Or is this just a new bull market and never coming back down? I don't know. Really, at this point, I don't know. It should have started getting the turnaround there. But we'll see what happens there. All right, let's go ahead. Let's take a look at what other stocks are out there. It could be a good talk out there with 25 times earnings, Jay. It could be something that we could chat about. Still holding my Affirm short, says Patrick Starr. Well, I got stopped out of Affirm today. I took a shot on that one, but when it started coming back on up, I got out of that one at 95.50s and kind of glad I got out there 39.50s. Got out there and yeah, it's continued up there to 40.22. I do think Affirm eventually breaks, but for right now, it is holding the trend. You can see it here on the daily. I thought that was just going to be kind of that, that turnaround candle right here, that Harmy, and then it got right back up there today. It's a tough play out there. It's not just one way right now, and you can take a look at the SPY. Let's take a look at the major kind of the leaders here. Are they still into the red? Because they were in the red. Apple's just up 0.01. Microsoft is just kind of sideways here. Amazon's up 1.86. Google's up 0.5. Really not much going on in the bigger names. This is what's leading me to think that we could see the pullback come eventually as the leadership is not ripping. It's kind of some of these smaller names. You're getting some cyclical defensives taking some lift today. Discount stores getting some push. Walmart now up almost 6% on the day. That's definitely going to help it. BIG up 17%. Big Lots. Big push there. Target up 5%. So I think these are what's holding it up. But let's look at NVIDIA. Will NVIDIA get into the green today? Will it hold into the green? It's up about 0.1. Will it close green? I think that's important for the Qs. And overall, what a comeback. The Qs were just leaking out today, and it just bounced. All right, that's going to probably do it for us. Like always, we're going to keep battling here on Stock Market Movers. This is the show where you get the headlines and the expert opinions. I apologize today about not having some interviews. Sometimes we'll have some call outs. Sometimes we won't be able to get the guest on, but I'm going to continue pushing to get those informational edge that you guys need to stay in the favor. Of course, big move today from the meme stocks. We talked about that. We also talked about, will natural gas hit new highs for the year? We talked about canceling student debt. What happens with Biden? What stock should you have on your radar? Of course, it's on my radar. If you missed that talk, rewind that and don't miss that. We talked about Walmart, Home Depot's earnings. Also, Walmart mentioning with Paramount, a deal with Paramount and getting some lift. Zoom dropping today. American Airlines deal with Boom Boom. Check that on out. And Amazon raising some rates. We'll see what happens. Like always, I'm going to continue getting to the headlines out there. And we'll see if this overall market turns around. I mean, right now, it's blowing me out the water getting up there to the 431s. I called the top today, and I can tell you I've been wrong so far. We'll see what happens. Really pushing today. It's up there towards 40, 30, 90s. The big thing for me is I am seeing the drop off here on the RSI. It went from 86.38 to 84. Is this the top? Will we get to the 200? 431.57s. It's in reach. The SPY could actually close today in bullish tune for the SMA 200 is just mind-boggling as we were down there towards the 360s. When we were down there at the 360s, the 200 was up there towards 441. It's come down, and really look at the curve on the 50. It's made a huge extension from the 9 EMA, which we very rarely see. So this is why I think it's coming back down. But man, the extension has been a sonic boom. That's what I would say. We'll see what happens here. Keep your eyes on the stocks. We'll see it like always. I'm going to actually play the intro as the outro today, just for you guys that didn't catch it. And don't miss my show. I'm going to keep pushing, bringing this show to the next level, bringing guests that you guys see on all the media out there to give you guys those informational edge that you guys need to continue forward. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and we'll look to have some great interviews. Like always, stay tuned, guys. Up next, you guys got some roadmap action. Looks like they're going to be getting into some toy booger action. So check that out on the roadmap. This will bring you on over, and I'll see you guys next time on Stock Market Movers. There are 3 ways to make a living in this business. Be first, be smarter, or cheat. I can't help you cheat, but I can give you the informational edge to help you succeed in the markets. Welcome to Stock Market Movers. All the market moving headlines and expert opinions every day.